When I was 11, my parents and I drove to New York City for the holidays. I was proud to be the first kid of my class to go to that place we had only ever seen in the movies. Over time, you start to forget about the things you saw. But I'll say this: you never forget how they made you feel. I remember feeling small under the shadows of the skyscrapers that looked like concrete giants. And at the same time, I felt huge, like I was a giant too. And I told myself, when I grew up, that's where I was going to live. There was no if to it. To me, it seemed just like a matter of time. I figured that was how it worked. You could simply decide to be this or to do that. I thought you could even choose to be rich or famous if that's what you wanted, because why not? I understood life as a huge catalog from which you only had to pick. And so I picked. I'll spare you the suspense. None of it happened. None of the things I picked were ever delivered to my doorstep. It seems so obvious to me now, but there was no way I could have known it at that time. I was a boy with a world to conquer. The future seemed brilliant. And growing up was an exciting thing to do. It was the summer of '92, and the world was at its finest. If by any chance you ever make the mistake of driving through West Nowhere, stop here at Mackenzie Park, close your eyes, and take a look at its invisible buildings. I have a feeling you might like them. Like I said, I'm not crazy. Or, well, at least I hope I'm not. And yet, I've always sensed that there was something different about me, something that wasn't quite right. I still don't know what it is. It always came easy to me to disconnect my thoughts from my surroundings and let them venture somewhere else. From an early age, I understood that my eyes were limited. All they could do was see things the way they were. My mind, however, was capable of one cunning trick. It could break through the barrier of reality and see things the way they could be. That's how I discovered within me the power to create something out of nothing, and I soon mastered the art of fooling my eyes into seeing it as if it was actually there. It can be a bit of a problem sometimes, that's true. It's caused me trouble more often than I care to admit, and I concede I've been addicted to a fair dose of fantasy ever since. I can't help myself. I always seem to be daydreaming, one foot in the ordinary and the other in an imaginary world. I've sat in this park countless afternoons, imagining things that I'd like to see and things that I'd like to build someday. Wouldn't it be amazing to create something that was both magnificent and beautiful, something that would stand the test of time and remain there long after I'm gone, something that would make people feel alive when they saw it? If you asked me how many hours I spend like this, I'd say too many, so many, that they've become part of my skin. Now, I know what you're thinking, and believe me, I'm aware of it too. I might not understand everything that is going on, but I get the feeling these are no times for dreams. My name is James, by the way, James Brooke. Granted, it'd be more accurate if you spelled it with just one O. Broke is one thing I certainly am. But I do my best not to freak out about it. From what I can see, a lot of people in Westland, Ohio, are broke these days. For what it's worth, I try to take life as it comes. I'm 28, even though I often feel 100 years old. And I honestly have no idea how I even made it this far in life. But I guess it must be some kind of achievement.